Hey everyone, got Ollie Hudson here from PulseLink. He's in the MedSpa agency in the UK, and he's kindly agreed to jump on and talk about his experience with call center mastery so far. Welcome, Ollie. Thank you for jumping on, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, awesome. Give everyone a quick background on what it is you. Obviously, I know you're in MedSpa, but like, just if there's anything specific,
Yeah,
anything particular about what you guys do differently or anything like that.
yeah. So essentially, we do all of the sort of the call-in appointment setting for aesthetic clinics, and one of the main things that I've always done that not a lot of people do is actually visit my clients regularly. So up and down the country all the time, but it does, keep the retention high. So yeah.
That's great. I actually didn't know you did that. I know you mentioned it a couple of times. I thought you went to a few people's, like a few of your clients, but I didn't know it was like a regular thing. You went out and saw them. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I went to Liverpool on Friday to see one of my clients. That was a bit of a trek, but it's good to see her because she's just starting, so it's like it puts it on the right foot. So
Yeah, man. Well, because also when they will see you as like if they especially if they're just starting, they'll see you as like the guide to help them, and so they're just going to stay with you for a lot longer, right? Which is pretty cool. So, how did you actually find out about call center mastery in the first place? Can you remember?
yeah, so I was really struggling with basically getting good appointments for my clinics, and I was searching all over YouTube trying to find something, and I found It's Keaton's video with you.
Ah,
And essentially, I was just like, I like what this guy's got to say. So I had a quick little Google search of you, and then I booked a call, and then yeah, rest is history.
yeah, man. I didn't know you found me. Yeah, for it's cute. Yeah, that video is. I've done
It
a
was a
couple
good
now.
video. It sort of opened my eyes to the whole call center thing because I was like, I could possibly make this myself, but it's probably going to be quite botched. So I was like,
You definitely can make like everyone can make it yourself. I'm not some super genius that's like I'm the only one that can figure it out, right? It just comes down to like how long do you want to spend? It took me like 3 years to figure out all the systems, so and I'm still developing them now, right? So
yeah,
yeah, you can definitely, and that was me working full time. I didn't have an agency, like I just did the call center stuff, right, for 3 years, and so if you're willing to do that, then of course you can figure it out. And there are guys out there that are smarter than me that can probably do it in 2 years or whatever, but like still, it's like or you just pay a bit of money and just
yeah,
like, do you know what I mean? Like, just get it way quicker than that. So,
yeah.
yeah,
You lose your clients as well during the whole time you're trying to figure it out. So it's like you may as well get it quicker. And
exactly that. Yeah, and what was it like before working call center mastery? I know you just said you were struggling with appointments. Were you doing the calling? Like, how was it working?
yeah, a mix of both. So I did have people working for me, but I could never find someone that was good. They always were sort of messing things up or not saying things the right way. And then when I was doing the calls, it was bad as well because I was going based off of the opportunities tab in high level. So it's just
Mm.
constantly manually calling people, dragging them over, all that sort of thing. And it was just a pain. And then when I sort of jumped on a call with, is it Ryan?
Yes.
Yeah, when I jumped on a call with Ryan, he sort of just basically said, "You're doing everything way too manual." And I realized that the reason that the appointment setters weren't doing very well was because they didn't have the systems in place. So when I've had these systems in place now, obviously it's allowed me to get better appointment setters who know what they're doing because it's as simple as clicking a button and ringing people.
100%. It's the analogy I've said many times now, which is if you get a Formula One race car driver like someone like Lewis Hamilton or something, and you put them in a Ford Fiesta, like it doesn't matter how good the driver is, they can't get around the track that fast. Like they got a full fit. But if you put them in a Formula One race car, they can do a lot better, obviously. And so even if you've got great appointment setters that sound awesome, that are really dedicated, hard working, there's only so many dials they can make if they're just manually going in and doing stuff, right? It just makes it way harder, especially if you're relying on them for like end of day reports, having to waste time. Like it's just like the whole thing's a bit messy. So yeah, you're spot on with that. And so at what point did you realize shit, I need help with this? Like what was like the activation point, would you say?
Um, I think it was when I was kept churning through employees. I just was like, I would find someone, think that they were really good, and then just barely any appointments. And then I'd do it, and I'd be able to get the appointments because I know my system, but nobody
Mm.
else knew it because obviously I built it. I know it's like sort of the baby in the sense. But every time I sort of brought someone in, it was just crumbling. So it was like, I need something that's gonna essentially make it easy for anyone to join.
Yeah. Were you tracking your booking rate and stuff like that before? No.
I was solely relying on the clinic telling me. Or to be fair, actually, I was dragging them over when I booked them into the appointment, so I had all of the bookings there, like you could see it. But I wasn't tracking like what's it called, like speed to lead. How many dials it took until that person booked in, all that sort of thing. So yeah, that was one of the big main things really.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it makes sense. And what kind of fears or worries did you have about joining CCM before you joined?
Um, I think it was just a matter of, well, is it going to be worth it really? Because it was like it's not a small amount of money. So it's just a matter of like, is if I invest in this going to help me get to the next stage? So
Yeah, it's that. Like I know obviously you're a fan of Charlie Morgan as well, and I don't know if you've seen this from him before, but there's like you've got your desired outcome and you've got like where you are right now, and to get there, it's like what's the right bridge to get there, and if you take the wrong step, for example, if you paid for this program and it was complete trash, we won't mention any names, but I know you bought a different program before this, right? Which wasn't that great, and then you've got
uh,
the waste of money trying to get a refund, like all the energy that goes into it, and it doesn't like all that kind of. It's just you actually end up being worse off than when you started.
yeah.
Yeah, you've got the lessons, you've got some scars, which will help you progress further. But it really sets you back, and so there's that risk where it's like it's not just the money. And that's why a lot of these guys now will do like they'll have like these kind of BS guarantees to be honest with you because there's so many like clauses and stuff to counteract the guarantee. But then they'll also be like, we'll give you $5,000 also if you don't whatever, right? Because they're trying to counter that. But yeah, I fully understand that fear. Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just more if it's going to work. I got to a point where I was like, this has got to work, or I'm just probably going to sack it off and go back to a full-time job. So
Really?
yeah, probably.
It
It
was
was
like
like
that
I had
that deep for
clients
you.
that were paying me, but the thing is they weren't paying me enough, and also as well, it was too much work for, um, obviously, for the outcome. So it was like I'm spending probably like 80 hours a week, on like calling and doing all of my client stuff, and I've not even got time to like grow the business. So I got to a point where it was like, right, I've got to do something, or I'm just going to sack it off because I was just tired of it. Like you said about the other agency, or sorry, the other course that I signed up for, it was just like, right, well, these lot have messed me about. If I get messed about again, it's probably just going to be not the greatest, not probably not worth it.
Man, that's crazy. I didn't know it was that kind of close for you. That's what makes me feel good that I built something good now then, because I've potentially saved you
Yeah,
from a
exactly.
lifetime
Yeah.
of full-time job. That's horrible. Jesus. And how how are you finding it all? Like, I've got some other questions at the in-between bit, but just because we're on this point,
Hmm.
how are you finding things now? Like now you've built it all out, and you've got the systems, and obviously, I assume you're not looking for a full-time job, which is great. But how are you finding everything? How's it moving along?
Yeah, way better. I think there's still obviously patches that I've got to fix internally that is my issue, but everything that the course has given me has been really good. Um, I've managed to double the revenue that I was making, which is good. Uh,
Awesome.
yeah, so that was really good. The connections have been really good as well, and just the sort of the what do you call it? The coaching calls, the obviously you've got the other calls that we do with Amber and with Hamza. All of them are brilliant, and to be honest, it's well worth over what I paid, I'd say. Um,
Love that. Love that. And with the actual client retention, client happiness, how's that been since? Well, actually, let me know, like, what's been the biggest improvement? Because I know that you were doing some of the calling yourself, then you hired setters, and so is it more of like was it more of like a time saving that like you've been able to get loads of time back because you now trust that the setters are doing their job, or is it more like clients are happier because they're getting more like where's like the real positive come from this, if that makes sense?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both of what you said. So it's definitely that I've got more time now, so it means I can grow the business. But also as well, the clients are getting happier because it's now there's a system in place, there's a reporting software that they can essentially see, and it's very simple for them to just know that they're on a good track. So one of my clients, when we didn't have this system, was like, oh, it was awful. It was like 4 appointments a month, and now he's like doing like minimum 6 a week, so it's really
Oh,
good.
geez, okay.
Yeah,
So 4 appointments a month, six a week. So now you're doing like six, well,
6,
like
12,
six,
18, 20, yeah, 24
about
compared to
six
four.
times. Yeah, six times the amount. So
Yeah.
it's essentially six times your appointment. That's crazy. Is that across a lot of the clients, or is that just like is that the biggest one?
Yes, I would say. Most of them, yes. There's a few that obviously they have their own intricacies in terms of the actual client themselves isn't good, but
Yeah.
ones that are good, they're seeing really good return from it. Yeah.
Cool, man. I love that, dude. That's so good. Good job. And great job on you for like actually building it all out, you know? It's awesome. And so when it comes to actually building it out, I know obviously we've had a few coaching calls, gone through some stuff. How have you found building it out? How easy have you found it? Was it clear, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, so when I joined, I was on a mission to get it done as quick as possible because it was like one of those where I needed it to be done.
Yeah.
I managed to do it fairly quick. Obviously, there's a few little bits that needed your attention or you to explain it to me, which is why the coaching calls are there. But the
Mm.
majority of it was pretty quick to get done. Obviously, everything's in the community to just basically say, this is how you do it, and this is what happens when you do it. But obviously, like I say, you're always there as well. Like it's good to have like someone there every single day of the week if you need the help.
Yeah.
That's definitely a plus.
Yeah, that I selfishly I think that's really helped me just give everyone better results, like and just keep people on for longer because they know that they have that support. Like this whole thing, I say to everyone all the time, this whole thing they're building, it's not some quick thing. It's not like you can build it out in a couple of hours and bang, you're good to go. Like there's ongoing keeping an eye on things. It's a whole system you build. It's a whole like additional service you're adding to your agency. It's not some quick thing, you know. So it's important for me to have at least, I think, a coaching call, like at least a few times a week, if not every day, like I do at the moment, right? Because
Yeah.
it allows you, and obviously we're adding more and more calls. Like you said, the hams are called for the ads, and got the Amber's call. We've also got one of my teams doing a call every day as well. He's a systems guy, so it's just like I'm trying to give as much support to the community as I can, just so you
Well,
guys can get it
yeah,
right.
compared to obviously like we were saying about that other course that I was a part of, it's like I think there was probably about 5 calls a week. And with yours, I think there's like 20 a week, something like that. So it's like massively different.
And when you jump on my ones, there's only a few people. There's only like two or three people at
Exactly,
a time.
yeah.
Because there's
I
so
think,
many, it helps spread it out. But
yeah.
in other programs, there's like 50, and it's like
Oh my God, yeah, tell me about it. I'd be waiting in the call like for my question to be answered, and it would get to the time where it's like been an hour, and they'd just be like, right, that's it now. Sorry, we're finished. And it's like, bro, like now I've got to wait till tomorrow to like get my
that's crazy. I would, probably a bit easier for me because CCM, like I focus more on rather than just trying to scale CCM and not care about the quality. I care about the quality, right? So it's like I'm not going to scale to the point where I have to do something like that because for me
yeah,
personally, if someone's on my call and they don't get if I need to go, some things happen, whatever, I would always DM the person and be like, hey, look, like I don't normally do DMs, but like DM me what you need and I will help you and I'll do looms back and forth and whatever else because yeah, you've got to be helping. That's crazy. I didn't know people did that. That's crazy. I don't like that.
yeah, it's like you'd be waiting, and they'd be like, "Oh, we haven't got any more time, so bring your question next week, and hopefully you can. Oh, sorry, next tomorrow, and hopefully you can get first." So everyone's sat in the bloody queue before the call's about to go, and just spamming queue to try and get the question in, and it was a nightmare.
I remember one program I joined ages ago where I was still pretty new, and I used to join the Zoom call 2 hours before, um, and put my hand up. So because the room was always open, basically, I don't know why they did it that way. The room was always open, so I could just join at any moment and just like put my hand up, and so I was always first in the queue. Because there'd be so many people join, it was just a mess. It was horrible. Like, and it's yeah,
Yeah. It's mental that you have to even do that because you think about it like this is your business, like you need help with your business. If you're not giving someone that help, like, come on, like, what's the point of the course?
exactly that, and that's also why people will. It's surprising actually how like a few people do say to me like when we pitch them or whatever, we explain that there's a amount to join for the first 4 months. Might change obviously if you speak to us at some point in the future, um, and then there's an ongoing monthly fee to like stay in the program because we've got so much we put into it to make it better and better and better. And so if you're wanting to join a program where you just pay one time. There's no incentive also for the person to keep providing good quality because they've already got all the money from you. And so like why would they make it so you get really good service throughout the whole like because you're not do you know what I mean? 'Cause there's nothing for them to lose. So just a
Yeah.
side note there. I don't know if that program you joined was a ongoing payment or was it just a one time? I can't remember what it was now. What was it?
So it was something like for 6 months, and then after that you can pay as you go. But because I was proper annoyed with how it went, they've just given it me now for forever.
That's in, also so they did still have a monthly fee afterwards.
Yeah, yeah,
They
they
still
did, but
that's
nothing
crazy,
was
and they
being
still
added.
treat people like that. That's
You know
crazy.
what they've recently done as well, actually, is they've included a Google Ads course, but you have to pay extra for it. So like it's just a money grabbing scheme, and it's like there's no sort of like you don't feel like you're actually being helped. You just feel like you're giving this person money, like it's a transaction. Whereas with you, I've always felt like it's like I will give you my money because I know that you actually care. Like you're not just gonna mess me about and just sort of go, oh well, you can answer this next week. It's like if I need help, you'll help.
100%, man. And I love like you know we were talking about that CEO dashboard stuff recently, right? That's the new
Yeah,
great. I'm gonna launch that this week. I love building new things that I know are going to help people. And just like, even though I'm not going to charge, obviously, no, you're in the program, you get it for free. Like, well, don't get it for free, you get it for part of your member thing, right? I couldn't
yeah,
imagine ever being like, hey, guys, unless something actually costs me money, right? Like, I've got stuff
yeah,
in there which like you could maybe call upsells, where it's like because it actually costs me money to do certain things. But if it's and even when it does cost me money, I usually do it like at cost to you guys because it's like
yeah.
I don't care about making more money from you. I care about just like providing a good service. But yeah, it's just funny how different things work out like that. And so in terms of like the technical stuff, you said you know you built it out pretty quickly. How did you find the formula? Because there is a bit of technical stuff in it, right? Like, and I don't know how much technical knowledge you had before this, but how did you find all that, like the learning all the Google Sheets and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, so I had pretty basic knowledge of Google Sheets in terms of like I knew what certain things did, but yeah, it was fairly easy just because you basically in the course you just said, right, we're going to do this formula and this is why we do it. So it was not like it was just put this in and it's like, why am I doing that? It's like, okay, the reason I'm doing that is so this, and this. And I know
Yes.
now that even if like I came away from you, I know those sort of things are there and why they're there. Um,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
makes perfect sense. Yeah. And what
Um,
about your appointment setters? How are they finding things? Are they finding it? Well, how many appointment setters have you even got now?
I've got one, but I'm about to hire another two, just because
Cool.
of the growth, and plus, technically, I kind of want to move on to bigger and better things with the current setup. Um, but yeah, she's finding it pretty easy. I think the main thing that she struggles with is not it's not to do with you. It's the AI. It's the point where she just doesn't like she'll text, and I keep telling her like, don't text. That's what the AI does. But the actual system itself, yeah, she finds it pretty self-explanatory and easy to use. Yeah, it's just literally she goes onto the power dialer, she just clicks that, blah blah blah, and then obviously she's got the Slack channel for new things and stuff like that. But it's getting to the point now where she's got way too much work on for her to do any like to do great. So it's like she's good, but in order for her to be great, half of the work needs to be taken on to someone else.
Get hiring, man. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited for you to hire them two new people. That should be good. That'll be awesome. And what have been your favorite parts of the program?
Um, I would say the sort of the connections and the networking. I know that's not necessarily well, it is directly related because I would never have spoken to the people that I've spoken to in this course if I didn't invest in this course. So,
Hmm.
like I said about that other one that I was a part of, it was just all full of newbies that just didn't know what they were doing. Whereas this, it's like everybody knows what they're doing and they're happy to help. And especially that mastermind, that was worth the money itself, I would say, because it was like I learned so much from a lot of people, and it was really good. So yeah, I'd say that was the sort of the community is a really big part. Um, all the calls are really good, and then yeah, this I mean the system speaks for itself. It's really good, but if you're talking about ongoing stuff that's constantly giving value, it's definitely the materials like you're updating it, which is always important. The coaching calls are always like you learn something new, even if it's like something that you didn't even know you needed, but you see someone else talking about it and then
Hmm.
happy to share it with you. And then yeah, the community is just really good as well.
Cool, man. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna organize. I need to start organizing that soon, actually. The mastermind for Christmas.
Yeah.
because that will people because of Christmas parties, I'll get filled up pretty quickly. So I bet that's it. But yeah, I'm excited for the next one. Yeah, I'm glad you're. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Thank you. I love all that. And then the final thing now, Ollie. If anyone's watching this and they're not sure if it's worth it or whatever their situation is, what would you say to recommend?
Yeah, I was the same. I was on the fence, and then as soon as I joined, I was like, "Why have I been wasting my time with all these other courses?" I think it was pretty clear to me that this is a level above the rest, and also as well, um, yeah, it's just a matter of just if you are serious about making your service and your business like as good as it can be, this is the thing. It's not these little petty courses that you can get and things like that. This is the real deal. This is what's going to make you go to the next level. And it definitely has for me. I mean, I've doubled my revenue. I've got the connections now where if I need help, I can get help, everything like that. It's really good. So
Yeah.
just take the plunge, stop being a pussy.
Stop it. I'll put that as the
Yeah,
quote.
yeah.
Stop being a
But
pussy.
seriously though, because like that was me. Like I'm very, very frugal. Is that what they call it?
Yeah,
Frugal with
frugal.
money. I don't like spending money. But I was just like, you know what? Screw it. What's the worst that can happen? And it's paid for itself, you know? Like
Dude.
probably
Yeah.
1 month of like this increased revenue has covered the spend. So it's like, why are you sitting on the fence to going, oh, I don't know. So yeah.
Love that, man. This is so good, dude. Thank you so much for doing this, Ollie. I really appreciate it, man, taking your time out and I rely on the community like you, like, willing to come on and share your thoughts. So do really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate jumping on.
No worries, bro.
Cool. Speak to you soon, man. Much
Bye
love.
bye.
Bye.